Gums, who's you have to make an adjustment because Proctor is very strong, so he can go over the top in any direction. You want to be a bit straighter because he has protection there on the long and boundary, so you want to be straighter. Gums. So Proctor's one is pulled, but well fielded there at short mid wicket. I think that's a man Chapo down there, short mid wicket, and it was a very powerful shot there because it was short and he tried to pull it, but maybe he was a bit too far behind it. Maybe a bit late on it and they only pull it forward of square. It's going to be Gums again as Bolt is coming up to the stump slot. Gums, Giovanni Gums, the ball to Proctor and he goes up there, he came off the pad and it was a very good ball there. Surprisingly, didn't get a wicket because that ball looked for all money like it was taking out that off stump.
Well, it was sliding down a bit to me.
It's going to be Gums in the ball to Proctor and flicked away with reckless abandon all the way 4 runs. One bounce into the seats there on the western side. An absolutely glorious shot by Daniel Proctor.
The crowd went wild.
He dismissed it from his presence. He said, I don't want this here. Go for it by the boundary. And he sent it there with that ball that came up the back at a serious pace because it took one bounce and it was halfway up the seats. So we'll have to change something. Giovanni Gums to go to Daniel Proctor. And Proctor's for a much better ball there. The first one was maybe a bit down the leg side. This one is on about the off stump. So at the end of the first over, the final over SIXERS off to a good start. It's 9 without loss.
Yes, certainly the young bowler is making a mistake. He's going up in the slot to a very powerful batsman. So all he has to do is bring down the bat on it. And once he gets those shoulders on it, he get it anywhere near the middle of the bat, he's going to rock it away. A good start for the Super Sixers. And one would suspect that the BEAMERZ are seeing how many overs they can get out of the half bowlers at this time before they go at the Super Sixers with their stronger bowlers.
Well, they would want to introduce the spin because they have lots of Skellicky, they have Ozymandias, they have Joe Gums and Shackle Hodge, so that's 4 top quality spinners. And on the other side, I don't know what they would want. If Gums bowling out his full quarter, he may have to.
Certainly that would be quite an ask, because I certainly believe that Ashler White is not going to do much bowling. If he can do any bowling at all, he's suffering from an injury to one of his feet, and that restricted his running between the wickets and is going to have an effect on his bowling actually.
It's going to be a spinner. It's going to be Ozymandias. Left arm over the wicket into bowl to Adams. Well flighted and flicked away down towards the mid-wicket boundary. They're coming off the boundary, will field, and they only get a single.
Certainly it's going to be a very tricky time now between the powerful Dan Proctor and Mintus. Mintus, no mean player, played at a higher level than this in Leeward Islands cricket, where he represented Nevis both as a batter and a bowler.
It's going to be an interesting battle. The left-arm spinner to the powerful Daniel Proctor. You know that most right-arm power hitters have trouble against balls that spin away from them. Because in the likes of Curran Pollard, they all usually have trouble with left-arm spinners or right-arm leg spinners.
And the tricky thing about Mintus is that he's always around those 3 stumps.
So he can't turn it a bit, he mostly slides the ball on, so if you play for turn, he'll try to get you bowled. Mintus, right, I'm around now to bowl to Proctor. And as you saw, appeal goes up there. An extremely loud appeal, but the umpire wanted no part of it. As he said, he is bang on around those stumps, and he got him wrapped up the pads. And I don't know what the umpire saw, but look for all more like it was out. Mintus, the Proctor, and this time Proctor can just push it down to the long arm boundary for no run. From my vantage point, it looked out, but I can't see the umpire's point of view, so I'm not certain.
Well, certainly the umpire is in the best position to judge, but when Mintus was appealing, the umpire was nowhere around the stumps. He was way into the offside. I do not know whether it was taking evasive action or what.
Dimitri Arnold's back on strike with the score on 11. Only 2 appeals, so it wasn't Mintus. Left arm over the wicket and Dimitri steps out. Something that he's done throughout this tournament. He's not afraid to step away from the crease if he's not comfortable. So what's it going to do? I think it wasn't Mintus. With the ball to Dimitri Arnold. One flighted and driven down the ground, but there's a mid-off in place, so he won't get a run.
And you certainly know that the name Wasim comes from cricket, so having the name Wasim Mintus, he was designed to play cricket from very young.
And of course, he had the left arm from Pakistani man Wasim, of course, Wasim Akram, so all of Wasim so are very good cricketers. But it wasn't Mintus now to go to Arnold, and this one's a bit short. They're trying to punch it into the offside, but can't get past the field. It's going to be Wasim Mintus. Left arm over the wicket from the city. Into ball to Dimitri Arnold. Just looking to cut there, but missing this one outside the off stump. One taken by the wicketkeeper. Very good over by Wasim Mintus. Only 2 off it. It's 11 without loss.
It's certainly the kind of start that the BEAMERZ would want from the opening bowlers, whether it's fast bowler or spinner. And Mintus, as I've said, he's always around the stumps. He's a very cagey bowler. He always varying line and length, and certainly a good over. Only 2 runs coming from that over, and that's the way I guess the BEAMERZ would want it to be.
There's going to be Dylan Skelly, who's taking up the attack from the commentary box in. So there are 3 overs and 3 different bowlers being used. So Dylan Skelly.
You must stay there because we can't see the field.
The right arm off spin.
Which means I'll move up.
Where?
Because we're here all the time.
No, nobody was in there.
Yeah, right.
The camera was there, but not a person.
Yeah, right.
But I was seeing the whole field.
It's going to be Skelly. Right arm over the wicket from the ball to Proctor, because Proctor is looking to heave and gets it straight down the ground, and that's a powerful stroke by Daniel Proctor. No one can get there because mid-off is in the circle, and that's 4 runs.
Certainly very, very well hit, right up in the slot, somewhere around middle and off stump, and Daniel Proctor gave it a treatment, just hoisted it over the head of the bowler and back straight down to the boundary.
So I have to pull the length flat because Proctor likes it full. He likes that he can just swing through the line of the ball.
Somebody must have the side
I
screen.
think there's someone around the side screen. The umpire is asking him to move. Skillicky now, the ball to Proctor, and that was almost a Yorker there. Just dug out by Proctor, squats away down to point. That's going to be no run. Skillicky again, into ball to Proctor. Proctor down the track, and that's not with some power, but there's a man sweeping on the leg side. That could only be a single. The Proctor is striking the ball well off the middle of the bat.
Certainly he is a power hitter. It's either hitting or nothing else, is because the fence is not that good, and he is making certain he's going to keep it out or he's going to hit it, and he's been doing a good job thus far.
Around the wicket of Skillicky to the left-handed Dimitri. If they can get one of these 2 batsmen early, then and they can get into the middle order of the Super Sixers. That's how I see that you can beat them, because their batting at the top is extremely good. Of course, the likes of Jalen Richardson, Yusuf Hodge, Terry Adams, even Rana Adams. They have some power there, but if you can get into the middle order early where they have to consolidate and play a game that's not actual to theirs, it can be very difficult for them. It's going to be Dylan Skellicky. Now with the ball to MegaCharles, slipping place. And Adams is turning it into the leg side. Shaka Hodges there. Try at the stumps, is not in time, and he'll get a sing. 17 now. 17 for the loss of no wickets just yet into the third over. Dylan Skellicky, the bowler, bowling his first. Wasn't Montos has bowled one and Giovanni Gums has bowled one. One is over went for 9 and Mentos is over went for 2. It's Skellicky, the ball to Proctor, and he's beaten outside the line of the off stump, trying to swing over the top, but well bowled there by Dylan Skellicky. It's going to be Skellicky again, walking away quickly from the commercial box end. Right arm over the wicket into ball to Daniel Proctor. This delivery, Proctor is coming forward and pulling down towards the long reach. It didn't connect very well and will only get a single.
Somewhat of a loosener from Skellicky to start his spell. A couple of short pitch balls, one well up to the bat. He learned his lesson quite quickly, is because he realized that you cannot pitch anything in the zone of Daniel Proctor. You're going to have to keep the ball back of a length, and when you pitch it back of a length, certainly you have a batsman struggling, but he is so smart that he looks to just simply keep out the ball that he has to defend against, and then whenever there's a chance, he really gives it a heave.
Easy report loss after 3, so they're going about 6 and over. 18 for loss, Dylan Skellicky over went for 7 runs. It wasn't meant to continue. Left arm off spin. The come around the wicket was Mentos. Down to ball to Daniel Proctor and move that one there as well lined, and he can only push it away towards short cover for run. 18 without loss into over number 4. Was Mentos. Into ball to Proctor. Proctor back looking to pull, but straight to short square leg. That's Joe comes there. It will be no run. So 2 balls, 2 dot balls was Mentos.
Well, certainly a dot ball with this sort of score is worth a fortune.
Yes, and it's going to be a conversation between Adams and Proctor. Because you don't want Proctor to get frustrated, because when Proctor gets frustrated, he tends to play across the line to try and muscle the ball away, and that's when he's usually dismissed. Mentos again into ball to Proctor. And wrapped him on the pads, appeal goes up and not out again, says the umpire. But he's really causing some problems as was Mentos. He's attacking the stumps and he's wrapping the man Daniel Proctor on the pads. Mentos again. And the ball to Proctor. Proctor slugging away. This one goes high all the way for 6. A huge shot by Daniel Proctor. A typical Daniel Proctor shot. Just a slog sweep and all the way to the boundary for 6 runs.
Yes, certainly quite a good hit. I'm not going to go on defense when I'm not getting it right. I'm going to have a slug, and certainly it went a long way. The ball up to him, and he just had a big fire and 6 additional runs.
The ball maybe stuck in the tree, or is it over the fence? I'm not certain. The ball went a long way. It may be either in the tree or it's over the wall. We can see the ground staff over there trying to locate the ball.
Yeah, obviously with all the gesticulation up there, it's apparent that the ball is somewhere up in the tamarind tree. They can see it, but the question is to get it down. Okay, we can see the white dot dropping, so
There's
we
the ball.
we should have some cricket again in a while.
The ball is not back. It wasn't a tree, but they're going to have, they used a rock and they got it down.
A rock and then a broom.
It's going to be Washington. He's going to have to recover from that one there because it was a brutal shot by Daniel Proctor. It was a good ball. It wasn't a bad ball because it was similar to the one that wrapped Proctor on the pads, but he didn't try to go on the defensive. He played the natural Daniel Proctor game and it reward him with 6 more runs. He's on to 21. The score is on 24 now. So it wasn't Mentos. They found options on where he gets back into position. Mentos now, his cricket is finally going to resume. And now the umpire is calling over his square leg umpire, so I don't know what the delay may be, but they're going to have a conversation. As you can hear behind us, the female Sakarama has begun, and it's the start of the Anguila Football Female League season. But finally, looks like cricket may resume now. It's going to be Wasm Mentos. The field is resetting itself. Wasm Mentos now. It's a ball to Proctor and wrapped on the pads again. This one trickles away and the wicketkeeper Dion Barton will collect that one. It will be no run. 24 for no loss. Wasm Mentos, the ball operating from this city end. He's gone for 6 runs so far. 8 runs, sorry. It's Mentos into the ball. Proctor and appeal was up this time and again shot for a run out opportunity but not out. The umpires are not on the side of the BEAMERZ so far. They're not getting any calls. But the umpire has the point of view that we don't. The 3 extremely close LBW shots.
Well, so certainly I always say, because I'm in that spot a lot, that the umpires are in the best position to call, but there have been 3 vociferous calls for leg before, and the response is not out.
So at the end of 4 overs, the Super Sixers are 24 for no loss, and the next voice you will hear in the hot seat is that of the man, Millington.
It's a good start so far by the Super Sixers in search of 148 for victory. They are 24 for no loss. Represents 6 runs and over thus far.
Yes, certainly the most of the runs coming from the heavy hitting of Daniel Proctor. And the bowlers must now be aware that you cannot go in the slot of this gentleman. He's very powerful in terms of hitting, and anything just a little up to him, he's going to muscle it away.
Yes, Daniel Proctor. Now represented young Anguilla at the highest level. It's going to be Dylan Skellecki, who is going to continue from the commentator's booth end. The right arm around the wicket to bowl to Dimitri Adams. Bowl to Adams. Adams is looking to hit this one to the offside. The ball peels off the outside edge and it's going to run down to the vacant third man boundary for 4. And the score moves on by 4 to 28. Well, not the prettiest of shall you say there from Adams, but he got the designated result nonetheless.
There's certainly no trouble with that, is because it's sped along all the way along the ground in the open third man area and away for 4.
It's 28. Adams moves on by 4. He's on 7. Proctor is on 21. Pretty much like getting the start we saw from the Beamers, and it was Dylan Skeleke who was going helter-skelter, and his partner, Linda Richardson, the most sedate innings. So it's 28 for no loss in search of 148 to lift the first ever Anguilla Premier League title. Dylan Skeleke makes some adjustments to his field with the 2 men out, being the mid-wicket and the long on. To allowed out in the power play, and that's the long off. I'm sorry, the deep extra cover here is Dimitri Adams pushing down to long off. They're going to go through for a single. The man coming off the boundary there is Ashley White. He fumbles. Dimitri Adams was ready to go back, but that Daniel Proctor. Score moves on by 2 to 30, and Adams moves on to 9. It brings the hard hit in Daniel Proctor. We can be in some trouble here, and the way Daniel Proctor has been hitting the ball. Daniel Proctor to face Dylan Skeleke. Looking for redemption here is Skeleke. Daniel Proctor looking for redemption for his team, because Dylan Skeleke was the one who took the bowling attack of the Sixers apart when they batted. It is going to be Skeleke from this commentator's booth, and he's going to go right arm over the wicket to bowl to Daniel Proctor, mid off and extra cover, short third man. Here is more in a whitish gully region. Here is Skeleke, bowl to Proctor, short, and he's been scattered there to backward point, no run resulting. On the onside, there's a long on man on the deep mid wicket boundary, short mid wicket and a square leg. Here is Dylan Skeleke. To bowl to Proctor, bowls to Proctor. Proctor is getting one that he's getting off there, it's getting there, it's gone! Caught at a short turn man, and moving around from the gully region to a short turn man region. That's Mentor. Dylan Skeleke gets this man, and Proctor goes, caught Mentos, bowls Skeleke for 21, and it's 30 for 1 in the course of over number 5.
Yes, certainly a very loose shot. The off spinner pitching outside the off stump, giving it a bit of tweak in the. He's going across the line and hitting the outer edge and flying in the region of a deep backward point, and the fielder took what is a regulation catch.
Yes, very much so. Well, at the same point, it was the Beamers. The Beamers has the edge thus far. Maybe they are in the 5th over. And at the end of over number 4, when Beamers batted, they were 46 for no loss when Beamers batting at the end of 4.
Yes, certainly partnerships come at different times, but this one was very, very similar, only that it wasn't as prolific in terms of the Beamers batting, and certainly that would be one of the threats you need to get in terms of bowling against the Super Sixers, because Proctor is a strong man, very strong man.
Yes, when he hits the ball, it stays hit. So Proctor goes. The score 130. Proctor goes for 21, caught by Mentos after bowling off Dylan Skeleke. So it's 30 for 1. Brings the hard hitting Jadel, informed batsman Jadel Richardson. And strike, he faces Skeleke, who pushes up the offside. Straight back up the wicket, it's on the offside, and Skeleke knocks it down. The resulting score remains 30 for 1. Over number 5. Here is Skeleke. Takes the ball from Antoine, moves away. Passes umpire late. Ball to Richardson. Richardson is looking to pull this one. Well, the ball coming off on the edge and bouncing away there on the onside. No run result. And a very good over there from Dylan Skeleke coming to an end. And at the end of over number 5, it is the Super Sixers in search of 148 for victory. They are 30 for 1.
Certainly a productive over for the Beamers, and Proctor, who's gone down virtually in a pinch hitter's role, actually was pushing it along, lost his wicket, and now he's replaced by Jadel Richardson, a batsman not knowing for playing straight, a batsman who scores anywhere within 90 to 95% of his runs on the onside. And certainly he'll be very wary about that. He will be saying, look, I have to stay around, I have to play as straight as possible, my side needs me, and I guess that will be the attitude.
Well, it will definitely have to be. There's going to be mentors. The farm over the wicket. It's a ball to Adams. Adams is coming forward and working it on the onside. A sharp single. Want to run Rajas. Man in attendance there. He can't stop the single. Adams is on to 10 and the 2-2, 31 and 31 it is. Bring Jaden Richardson, who is yet to score. He has just faced the one delivery. It is the finals of the Anguilla Premier League. And indeed, Anguilla being a gold sponsor, platinum sponsor, so to speak, ensuring that this tournament is indeed a success. We'll bring you those are 4 sponsors as we go along. Here is Mentors, the ball to Jadel Richardson. He's going to change his line of attack and he's going to come left arm around the wicket to the right-handed batsman. Jadel Richardson taps away, waits for Mentors. Mentors ball to Richardson. Richardson hitting this one through mid-wicket. This is going to go close to the fence. And in fact, Joe Gums could give up the chase now because that's gone away for 4 through mid-wicket. And that goes away for 4.
It's certainly a ball coming in onto his legs, and there where his strength is on the onside of the wicket, and played it quite nicely away all along the ground to the mid-wicket boundary for 4.
Well, Ralph, I am kind of thinking here, with the personnel there in Joe Gums, without a cover behind him, not the fastest of fielder, he should not have been at mid-wicket.
Well, certainly I would say that one of the fielders out should be a fielder on the mid-wicket boundary where Joe Gums is now placed, because as you would normally hear me say that between 90 and 95% of Jadel's runs come into the onside. He's a predominant right-hand hitter, and you expect the ball to go in that area most of the time.
Indeed, it's going to be Mentos again. It's a ball to Jadel Richardson. Joe Gums has been pushed up on the mid-wicket boundary. That's where he should have started. Here is Mentos to Richardson. Richardson is playing it to short, streakish mid-on. The result is Shaka Hodge is in attendance. Moving around to his left smartly. Making the field. Here is Mentos again to Richardson. Going to Richardson. Richardson is getting one that he's walking away on the onside. This one is going to go back with the square. They've gone for one. We'll come back for a second. Joe Gums in attendance and hot pursuit. They're coming back for the third run and they will get it too. The return comes in, but he can't stop the third. Well played and placed by Jadel Richardson. Lying on the pad, and you're going to suffer the consequences for getting on the pad of Jadel. You heard it from the man Ralph Hodge. Jadel Richardson scores the bulk of his runs on the onside. Score moves on to 38 in the course of over number 6. Not a bad power play. We could regroup and rethink their strategy at the end of this over. It's going to be Mentos to bowl to the left-handed Dimitri Adams, captain of the Super Sixers. Here is Mentos, ball to Adams. Adams is pulling well. This is going to go into the fence. It goes away 4 runs. Short, and he rocked back and pulled it wide of the man on the long arm boundary, who had no chance. He was running around, but all he had to do was to go and fetch the ball out of the boundary. That's a wonderful shot. That's 4 runs.
Yeah, a short ball outside the off stump, and Adams was quite up to it. He realized where it was. He got the full bat on it, hit it over the head of the mid-on fielder, and away to the boundary it sped.
Well, Mentos again. He's going to try again. To bowl to Adams. Adams is pulling back, rocking back, and he's gone! He's dropped! Mentos looking for revenge. Ball pulled to short mid-wicket. Ron Rogers fumbling and dropping that catch, and that could be BEAMERZ victory going through the door.
Well, it's a long way out still, but that was a chance that one would have wanted their team to take. He actually went up at it. It flew in the air, bounced away from him, but he could not take the rebound.
At the end of the power play, what should have been a second wicket for the Beamers? They will have to try again. Over number 6 coming to an end, and at the end of 6, it is 42 42 for 1. Could have easily been 42 for 2.
But it is still 42 for 1 at the moment.
The drop catches, you lose the match. With a new batsman coming to the crease, the pressure on. Yeah, the signal coming there. Power play number 2. Well. Mentos.
41.
Man.
41.
And the score tells me the score is 41. It's going to be Skeleki to continue from this commentator's booth. It's going to be bowling to Jaden Richardson. He is on 7. Here is Skeleki ball to Richardson. Richardson is hitting it past the line here. Round for 1. They are going to look for a second. Dimitri Adams is fast. He's coming back. And Adams was interesting. Not so Richardson at all. So the score moves on by 1 to 43. And Richardson moves on to 8. 8 Jadel. Which is Adams. He's on 14. Adams is on 14. The score is 43. 43 for 1. The course of over number 7 in search of 148 for victory. In this the Angola Premier League T20 finals. Here is Skeleki to ball to Dimitri. Dimitri is pushing it up the track. Outside. Resulting. Score is on 43. There is Skeleki to ball to Adams. Adams is looking to turn this one on the onside, getting an outside edge, and it was a good looking stroke there, tall by Dimitri Adams. It's a time for him to settle down and try to consolidate the innings. And during these sessions, it's just the 7th over, and here is Dylan Skeleki again to bowl to Dimitri Adams. This one is a gift accepted, a gift hit away. But that's a brilliant walk there by the fielder, and that is Mentos. He did a good job there, but in the end the ball just getting away from him, and it goes into the boundary. That goes away for 4. That goes away for 4, and the brilliant effort there. That's the type of effort you want to see in the field.
Yeah, once you're out in the field, you have a purpose out there, and your purpose is to defend. And Mentos would be getting the good play award. He just trickled over the boundary.
Here is Skeleki hitting this one again. This one is going to go close to the fence. Giovanni this is in attendance. He feels it cleanly. They're coming back for a second, and that's a brilliant run in there by Dimitri Adams. That is superb run in there by Dimitri Adams. He put on his skaters and he said, JDL, you will have to go. I hit the ball, I'm coming back. And the ball went to the field and he hauled the return in. But he was coming back and he came back like a bullet and he made it in. He's on to 19. Here is Skeleki to bowl to Dimitri Adams. Bowl to Adams. Adams is turning this one on the onside. Looking for a single here, non-existent. Man in attendance, there's Joe Gum. Sends the return. No run resulting at the end of over number 7. It is 49 for 1.
For 48 is the score. That according to the scorers, Millie, we are missing one here and there.
Get 43. 43 and 4. It's not 47 and 2. Not 49. They had 47. They had 43. They had 43. They said the score was 43. They hit a 4. That's 47 and 2. Isn't that 49? Dimitri had 19.
The score, the main, what is the score?
No, the score is good.
What is the score? Oh, this is fun. We have to go by the score. You don't have to fuss about what the scorer has is right. But based on your count is what it gave us.
Proctor mean what? 20 or 21? I have 21 for Proctor. So the total is on it's 48 character by the score. 48. There is Mentos. Ball to Jaden Richardson. Jaden Richardson looking this one off the pack. They've gone for one and they are going to come back for a second. They're going to get it two because they're going to come back for three. This is running close to the fence and it's not going to go into the fence, but they're going to come back for four. Four well run runs. So, they didn't get the boundary, but running 4 runs. Total moves on to 52. Total moves on to 52. And Jaden Richardson moves on at 12. Jaden Richardson is on 12. Dimitri Adams is on 19. Daniel Proctor, the man up gone. He was caught mentors of the bowling of Dylan Skeleke for 21. 52. Here is Mentos. The ball to Richardson. Richardson's driving back to Mentos. On the ground, doesn't feel cleanly. The ball pushing. Also not too far from him. The man coming around from the short mid on. That's Captain Richardson. Cleans it up. Here is Mentos again to bowl to Richardson. Richardson is getting one outside the line of the off. His shoulders arm. Allowing the ball to go to the wicket behind it to the wicket keeper who takes it cleanly. No run resulting. The score remains on 52. 52 for 1. Here is Mentos. The ball to Jaden Richardson. Richardson's driving well. Down too long on. They've gone for 1. The man fumbles and they're going to come back for 2 on this occasion. Adams said, no, I'm not coming back. Total moves on by 1 to 53. Richardson is on 13. And Adams comes into strike. He's on 19. Sarge off 148 for victory. We are in over number 8. They are 53 for 1. Dimitri Adams, who has a live. Not a live there, been put down by in the previous over there. Here is Mentos to Adams looking for his wicket again. This one was looking to sweep. This one looking to go through the onside. Doesn't make contact the ball. Taken by the keeper. Score remains on 53. 53. At the end of this over, number 8, it's going to be the voice of Kate Stonegraves in the hot seat. Here is Mentos again. In over number 8, to bowl to Dimitri Adams. Bowl to Adams. Adams is driving in the air, and by the wide of the man at the short middle. They come in for a second. No, Dimitri Adams has been sent back there by Richardson. The return comes in, and the over coming to an end. And at the end of over number 8, it is a 54 for 1. Richardson, he is on 13. Adams is on 20. And at the end of over number 8, the next voice you will hear is that of the man himself. We're going to have a double change. It's going to be Kelsey, who's going to be going into comments, and the man Keith Stonegrave will do the ball by ball.
Yes, certainly 8 overs gone. The Farrington Super Sixers, they are keeping up the pressure on the Beamers, but nevertheless, to tell you more about what is taking place in the comment seat is Renford Kelsey.
Yes, Renford prepares to recover. Is it Renford or Tony? I think it's Tony. Tony's coming in, Tony Fleming. It's 54 for 1. The Sixers target is 148. As Skeleke goes in now and bowls to Dimitri. Comes forward, nudges it into the onside. Out to short mid wicket, he gets his 21st run. 55 it is now. 55 for the loss of 1. The wicket of Danny Proctor. Caught Mentos of the bowling of Skeleke. And the score was 30 for 1. Over number 9 being bowled from this the commentary box center. Still in Skeleke in bright sunshine. Very good crowd here in hand. This one is short. J.Dell Richardson goes back, gets it out into the mid-wicket here. It's fumbled by Chapo, who dropped Dimitri. Bad miss on his part. So J.Dell goes to 14, and it's 56 now. 56 for 1. In over number 9 of 20. Again, the target is 148. Dimitri Adams on 21. J.Dell Richardson on 14. Skeleke is the bowler. He goes in right on the wicket, and here is Young Adams coming onto the front foot, plays the ball out to long off. Another easy single. He goes to 22 and it's 57 now. So easy picking. The Super 6 batsmen, Richardson and Adams, looking quite comfortable at the crease. Just picking off the ones and twos and keeping the scoreboard ticking. Skeleke goes in and goes to Richardson, returns this one nicely. Down to the man on the deep square leg boundary for another run. He's 15th. 58 it is. 58 for one. Adams, left-handed batsman. He's a 21. The captain comes back into strike. Here is Dylan Skeleke, right arm over the wicket, goes in both. So Adams goes back and hits this one back over the square on the offside. There's a long run for the man from deep right boundary. He won't get to it. He'll only get there to fetch it. He goes across the line and 4 good-looking runs to Dimitri Adams. Takes him to 25, but the score to 63 now for one. Short outside the off stump, and Adams went back and just glided through the offside, came back with a square, and he just raced away over this very dry parched turf into the deep boundary for 4.
Yes, Keith, and
63 it is.
certainly that drop catch there by Rogers has cost the Beamers quite a number of runs so far. Now Adams is looking very settled and comfortable at the crease.
Certainly looking well, batting well. 25 Adams, 15 Jada Richardson. Skeleke goes in once more. Also Adams comes forward and pushes this one into the offside to mid off. The Sharper goes down. One knee stops at the end of the over. So after 9 overs, the Farrington set a target of 148 for victory. There are 63 for 1. Dimitri Adams, 25, he's the captain. And with him, Jada Richardson of 15.
Yes, and going along nicely here is the Farrington Super Sixers. They would have lost the services, the wicket there of Proctor, who made 21, and could have easily see the back of their captain as well, have Ron Rogers taken that very, very simple, easy catch. I even thought that he had a second chance to make a grab at it, but for some reason that's been a costly miss so far, and we can only wait and see as the game progresses.
This partnership beginning to get a little worrying here for the Beamers. Still to see Shaka Hodge with the ball, and we're still to see Joe Gums. So 2 very good bowlers still to come. But the Super Sixers, their batting is pretty deep, and they'll be looking for a good partnership from this pair. Captain Dimitri leading from the front took a wonderful catch, a most spectacular catch, right long off when the Beamers batted off his brother's first delivery. Dimitrios was the bowler at the time, and he took a wonderful catch to dismiss Shaka Hodge, diving, running some distance to his left, and it's sticking out that left hand, his strong hand, clutching onto a wonderful catch. It's a great spectacle to see here. 63 for the loss of 1. Danny Proctor the man out. Port Mintus of the bowling of Skeleke for 21. It was 30 for 1. The score since progressed to 63. Dimitri Adams has 25 and Jadale has 15.
62.
62, we've been corrected, so 62 is the score. 62 at the end of 9 overs. We're about to see the first spell here for Shaka Hodge. So Shaka's picked up from the far end. He comes in now and doesn't bowl. Comes down, comes in, and just indicated to the non-striker Dimitri. Must be careful. Some repairs done to the wicket by umpire Jack Webster. Here is Shaka. He comes in now and goes this one to the batsman Richardson. Gets a shorter, flatter delivery, goes back and just stabs it jerkily back up along the pitch to the bowler, and there is no run. Shaka Hodge comes in once for bowling, right arm over the wicket, gets a good delivery, but Jada goes back and presses this into the covers. They turn for 1. They want a second. Jada was interested, but good show coming in there by Burton, coming off the sweeper boundary. Gums, in fact, came in there very, very quickly indeed. So it's 63.
3 now, yes.
16 to Jadal. 25 to Dimitri. 63 for 1 is the score. In this, the 10th over. Here is Chaka into Dimitri, who sweeps up this one nicely down to the back of square boundary. Will go into the rock boundary indeed for 4 good looking runs. Goes to 29.
He's on 30.
30 years, 30 to Dimitri. And 67 for 1. Nicely swept. Around the corner. Man coming in from the deep backward square boundary. Could not get across in time. Ball traveling very, very quickly over this arch outfield. So Dimitri is in a no-nonsense mood here. Got a life. Drop my chapeau. Ron Rogers. Mid-wicket, short mid-wicket. It's proving to be quite costly. Here is Shaka. He comes in now. Balls to Dimitri. This one again. He sweeps down to the backward square boundary, bisecting. No, it stopped there very nicely by Mentos. Gets a left-handed throw into the keeper Burton. And the 2 more runs to Dimitri. He goes to 32. And it's now 69. 69 it is, Tony?
Yes, yes.
69. 69 for the loss of 1. Man out being Danny Proctor for 21. 32 to Dimitri, he's looking good. Shaka comes around the wicket now to Dimitri Adams. This one he allows to go through outside the line of the off stump into the gloves of the keeper Burton standing up. Long off, wide long on, cover, point, short third man. Square leg, mid wicket right back. This one from Shaka is down up to Dimitri. Eases onto the front foot, plays the ball into the offside field. We've come to the end of 10. After 10 overs, the Super Sixers are 69 for 1. By way of comparison, after 10 overs, the Beamers was 77 and was 77 after 10 overs. So 69 it is after 10 overs, Tony, for the loss of the wicket of Danny Proctor.
So just thereabout, they're just in touching distance, some 8 runs behind and a wicket as well. And they are certainly looking very, very solid here, these 2 batsmen in Richardson and Adams, who have been the main contributors to the Farrington Super Sixers scores throughout the entire tournament. And Dimitri Adams is taking advantage of that chance that was certainly floated by Ron Rogers and making every effort to really push the scoring on. That could be in quite some bother here for the Beamers, but I'm certainly sure that they will be happy for the water break as well, where they can regroup and strategize better to see how they can dislodge these 2 batsmen.
Well, it's going to be plenty of strategizing to do. They've got the bowling power, a very good bowling side, the Beamers, especially in the spin department. They will be missing, no doubt, clearly here, Yannick Leonard. He's gone off to the UK, 14 wickets, leading wicket taker in the championship. And of course Dimitri Adams, the leading run scorer in the championship. Before this game today, 335 runs, the highest score of 88. Jadel also scoring over 300 runs before today's game, 316 runs, the highest score of 83. So the music strikes up, as I said after the presentation this evening. Vito Band will be on show right here at the James Park. The players are getting some refreshments. It's a pretty warm afternoon. The sun is out in all its glory. It's been a glorious day. Wonderful, bright, sunny day. Not too much breeze today. A little bit of it coming out also from the southeast. The stands as we look, the main stand as we look to the right, almost indirectly into the sun, is quite populated by no one standing here. Quite a bit of fans are coming, spectators gone into the stand on the western side of the ground. Just we look at and all around us, Tony. We've just seen cars and more cars. So,
certainly.
Towards the city end, we're just seeing it heavily populated. We look towards the eastern side, near the high school, and it's heavily populated. Behind of us with the football, the soccerama going on, the ladies, women's soccerama competition. That too is also popular. Along the main road between Elizabeth Drive, it's also populated, so it's a very, very large crowd here at the James Wine Webster Park to witness the first ever APL Championship final. Again at stake, the winning team this afternoon will go away with $5,000 US, the runner-up $3,000 US, and some $1,000 going to the third place team, which has already been decided.
Yes, certainly.
Going to the Razor Massive of Ireland.
But it's good to see the crowd in, and like you said, this is the finals, and so over the previous matches, while we would have had quite a number of spectators as well, today is we have gotten quite a lot more, and as you can see where the bar is situated there as well, there is heavily populated with quite a number of persons right under the tree there, and in the stands that was constructed there when I think Red Stripe came here first. It's good to see quite a number of folks there sitting and enjoying the game as well.
Yes, quite a number of spectators have come in since the start of play. We started just about 1:42 this afternoon. Normally we start at 1:30, but we had the presentation of the two teams. The Honorable Premier Webster was there, along with one of the main organizers, Mr. Rogers, was there as well, and the teams and the umpires before the playing of the national anthem, and then we got the game on the way. Just about 1:42, and the BEAMERZ winning the toss and batting, getting to 147 for 6 of their 20 overs, with 26 for Linda Richardson, 26 for Skelly, 19 for Mentos, being the main scorers, getting to 147 for 6. We thought they would have gotten up to perhaps 65, 70 even, the Super Sixers set 148, got off to a very solid start with Dimitri Adams and Daniel Proctor starting things. Farrington Super Sixers off to a reasonable start before Daniel Proctor was caught by Memphis off the bowling of Skelly for 21 when the score was 30. The score has now gone on to 69 with any further loss of the wicket, with Dimitri Adams, the captain, not out 32, and with him J.Del Richardson on 16. We're about to see the resumption of play after the refreshment break, and the new bowler,
Ashley White.
It's Ashley White. Yes, that's Ashley White. So Ashley White is the new bowler, and he'll be picking up the attack. This will be over number 11 of 20, and Ashley White, medium fast, right arm over the. Oh, he doesn't bowl. That ball signaled by umpire Keith Lake, who is standing at the commentary box set. 69 for 1 is the score. The target is 148 for the Farrington, or being bowled out, or being restricted to under 148. So White in his first over, Ashley White goes away from us, right arm over the wicket. He's in now outside the off stump, and this one is wide of the off stump, keeping low. Jada looking to hammer it through the offside field, missed it, but nicely taken behind by Burton. And one of the features of this tournament has been the standard of wicket keeping. We've seen some very high standard of wicket keeping throughout this competition. Started on February the 6th, and it will be ending today, April the 11th, and many fans have been calling for another tournament or an extension.
Certainly.
It's been so exciting, so much fun. Folks have been able to come out here and enjoy some good cricket. Ashley White with his second ball in over number 11. He goes in now and bows to Jada. Jada comes onto the front foot, plays the ball back up along the pitch to the bowler, firmly, positively. He's kept on 16. His captain, Dimitri Adams, leans forlornly on his bat at the non-striker, so he's got 32. 69 for 1. Outside the line of the leg stump, played out into the onside to a straightish mid-wicket, where Chapeau goes down. Chapeau can't be feeling happy at all. Dropped a sitter, really. Dimitri benefiting from that let off. He's gone to 32 at the time he was in his 20s. This one from Ashley White outside the off stump, played into the covers. There's a sweeper coming off the deep cover boundary. The Skellicky rushes in very quickly. Not before Jado gets another run. He goes to 17 and it's 70 now. 70 for 1. So the Super Sixers pushing on quietly. Over number 11, so still some overs left in this game. Shaka Hart just asking for some field changes. The long on he wants to come a little straighter. So there's a long off, a long on. Long leg. Short square. Straightish mid wicket. Deep mid wicket. Wideish mid on really. Extra cover. Short third, short backward square. So White goes around the wicket. Now this one is flicked straight to the man. A short backward square. He fumbles it. As the captain that looks like Linda. And allows Dimitri to get another run. So Dimitri goes to 33. And it's 71 now. 71 for 1. So Jadal Richardson, who's in 17, comes back into strike. Over number 11. 71 for 1. Farrington set 148 to win this championship final. Ashley White goes in bounce. This one down the onside, a miss-stumping. That would have been spectacular. A wide signal now by umpire Lake. 72 it is. So that one was pushed down the onside and Burton quickly across to his left. Couldn't glove it cleanly. Stopped it effectively though. But a wide clearly signaled there by the umpire. 72 for 1. Ashley White goes in once one, bows to Jadel, comes onto the front foot, pushes the ball past the man up mid on, out off the long on boundary comes the field one. They're going through for a second run, and second run they get in lead. Jadel gets 2, he goes to 19, and it's 74. 74 it is for 1 at the end of over number 11.
Not a bad over there by White, his first up. Really kept the batsmen in check, and had there been a lot more swift fielding there from the fielders, especially coming here from the long on position, they could have only had about 3 runs from that over. And again, the wide that even though Burton stopped it effectively, wasn't able to gather it to take the bails off, and that could have spelled some trouble there for Richardson as well. But good first over there by White. He'll be happy, and the Beamers will be pleased as well.
Fans coming here looking for some 4s and 6s. Too many in the last couple of overs. Still waiting for some 4s and 6s to really get the tempo going. It's 74 for 1. Dimitri Adams, the captain, is 33, and with him Jada Richardson, he's on 19. So about to see the start of over number 12. It's been bowled by Shahmat around the wicket to the left-handed. Dimitri swings this one out to the man at the deep mid-wicket, and he gets another run. Goes to 34 now, and it's 75 for 1. Shaka Hodge operating from the far end of the ground. Brilliant sunshine, nice, great day for cricket. Have the sun with us all day, in all its glory, here at the James Ronald Webster Club. Very dry, fast out there. Massive patches of brown, sprinkled here and there with few patches of green. Shaka comes in on goes to Jadel. Jadel comes forward and plays this one into the outside field to extra cover. Sharpo fumbles a bit, and by him fumbling, Jadel gets his 20th run, and 76 for 1 is the total now. 34 to Dimitri as he comes back into strikes. Field pretty well spread. Deep mid-wicket. Deep square like this one is swung out to the man on the mid-wicket boundary. He fumbles, and they should, and I think they will, yes they do, get a second run, and that is how you play it. You fumble, you take the first run very quickly, you fumble in the outfield, you take 2. 36 to Dimitri, and it's 78 now for 1. Dimitri looking good, the leading run scorer. 336 runs to his name before this one hits him on the pad. There's a lot of people. Let's give him. He's given out. He's given out. Dimitri Adams is out. LBW off the bowling of Shaka Hodge, looking to turn the ball into the onside, and it was adjudged by umpire Webster that it had struck him in front. Dimitri looked for a while. Was rather surprised to see the index finger of the umpire going up, but he has to go. So Dimitri goes for 36. It's 78 for 2, and could this be the break? that the Beamers have been searching for.
Could this be the break, Crete? There have been some shouts from the bowlers, especially when Mentos was bowling at the same end. That is, umpire Jack was certainly unmoved this time. He thought it differently, while Adams looked a little bit dejected walking back, as he thought that, you know, the ball did not do enough, but the umpire had seen differently, and he has to make his way back to the pavilion. But so far 78 with another 78 for 2, and good platform they've been built on, and certainly they'll look to see whether or not they can push on from here.
It's 78 for 2. Dimitri goes for 36 LBW after bowling of Shaka Hodge. Very crucial and important wicket going here for the Beamers, going to the Beamers here. The captain of the Farrington. And at the end of this over, Kai Bryan will be coming into my seat to join Tony Fleming as the football continues to the back of us, the women's soccer rama. So could this be a major turning point in the game? We're still yet to see Joseph Babagons, the other prominent spinner, veteran spinner, wily player, skillful player, is yet to come on. 22 Jadel Richardson. The new man is Joseph Hodge, who takes guard from umpire Jack Webster. Dimitri Adams, the man going moments ago, LBW of the bowling of Shaka Hodge for 36. 78 for 2 in over number 12. Joseph Hodge just looks around the field. Shaka Hodge has now brought in a slip, so there's a slip, a backward point, there's a cover, there's an extra cover, long off, wide long on, man just backward of the square leg umpire, and a man out on the mid wicket boundary. That's Keleki. Here is Shaka Hodge with his tail up as he doesn't bowl, and again he gives a little warning to Jadel, who was advancing politely and quietly. Umpire Jack Webster signaled dead ball. Here is Shaka now, right arm on the wicket, in now to the new man Joseph Hodge, who turns it back for the square. They get one. Will they attempt a second? Yes, they do, after a little bit of stutter start. Coming and going. So Hodge is off the mark immediately. He's 2, and it's now 80. 80 for 2 in over number 12. So Kai Bryan will be in next. Shaka Hodge just asking his long off to go a little wider. His long on is also slightly wide. It's a straightish mid wicket, short backward square. There's a slip, a backward point, a cover, an extra cover. Shaka comes in, goes this one to Yusuf Hodge, who nudges this one into the onside, picked up by Joe Gums, and there is no run. So it's the end of over number 12. After 12 overs, it's 80 for 2. The last one out being Dimitri Adams, LBW of the bowling of Shaka Hodge for 36. Jadel Richardson has 20. Yusuf Hodge has 2. Further comments from Tony Fleming, and then it will be Kai Brown.
Yes, so the Beamers there will be certainly happy to see the back of Dimitri Adams, one of the main contributors to the Farrington Super Sixers scoring here in this tournament, being a judge leg before wicket to the bowling of Hodge, and I'm certainly sure that they will at least feel a little bit better after seeing Ron Rogers dropping a very simple catch, not hurting them too much. As I say, good afternoon and welcome back, Kai.
Yes, and it's going to be Ashley White to continue here from the commercial box end. His bowler for the Beamers. He has been injured for the majority of the tournament. He hasn't been much, but he's going to have to do a job for his team here today in the final. 80 for 2 after 12. 80 for 2. A very well poised encounter. Extremely well poised encounter here. With the lead maybe 60 off the last 8. It's White into ball to Richardson, and Richardson pushes it into the onside. They'll get one, looking for a second, and they come back for 2. Throw comes in, it's a direct hit, and He's a player looking for 3, but Joe Gons will put that one up. So 2 runs for Gerald Richardson is on to 22, and the score is on to 82. We'll see the wheels being replaced. You see a very large cone is built up, especially on the western side, around the tent area, all the way through to the Tammy Trail. Actually, what is in again? The flick down towards the back of square. There's nobody down there, but the man from Midwicket will come across, and his chase is fruitless because that only 4 runs. There's nobody behind square, and if you're going to bowl short, you cannot be too far down the leg side because he will tuck you away. Actually, it was tucked away. That's 4 runs to Jalen Richardson.
Yes, 4 good runs to J.Dale Richardson, and because this match is nicely poised and it's keenly contested here, it's getting to be a nice tight match as well, and the Beamers will certainly want to stem the flow of boundaries, so to speak, if they want to squeeze the pressure here on the Farrington Super Sixers.
And he actually went right and over the wicket into both the J.Dale Richardson. Richardson is driving powerfully down towards the long off. Man from the boundary quickly. They're looking for 2, and they will come back for 2. And the throw goes to the wrong end. Yusuf Hodge turned very slowly. Jerry Richardson is very quick between the wickets. So he would want to go to Yusuf Hodge in. He threw to the wrong end, and they both get wholesale for 2 more runs.
Yes, the fielding has leave the lot to be desired of. They're not as sharp. I'm realizing that almost every time the ball goes in the outfield, it's 2 runs.
It's going to be Ashley White again into ball to J.Dale Richardson. He shoves one over the top of the extra fielder, and it's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4. You have to wonder why was the long off halfway. You cannot. In T20 cricket, you either want him all the way back preventing the boundary or all the way in the circle preventing the single. Halfway will not do you any good. He was halfway, and the ball beat him to his left and went to the boundary for 4.
Well, Richardson moves to 32, and he's saying, well, my captain is gone. It's time now to step it up and to really make a push to the finish line. And the 4 good runs there by the batsman there in Richardson.
We've not seen Baba Gums yet. Ashley White. To both the J.Dale Richardson. This one is pushed, and a good half stop. They're only going to get 1 run. There's a man shuffling. He doesn't push up just a little bit of insult to injury there.
Yes, Chapo trying to redeem himself, you know, in putting out the effort, but not being able to stop that one as clean as he would have liked, and the batsman was able to come to for an easy single there, which takes Richardson on to 33.
Actually, to get into both the Yusuf Hodge, this one's driven only towards mid-wicket. It's Chappell. He will stop this one well and give a bit of a celebration. He stops one cleanly. So at the end of the 13th over, the Super Sixers are 93 for 2.
Yes. And going nicely, the Farrington Super Sixers, the Beamers certainly will definitely need to see if they can really start to tighten these screws. What I notice as well is that the batsmen here at the wicket, they favor the faster bowling at the crease at the moment, and I would probably like to see the likes of Joe Gums maybe coming from one end, knowing that they are without the services of Yannick Leonard, and Mentos has bowled his quarter of overs already, and I think Skellicky as well, so might be in trouble trying to get those few overs.
Now the problem is, right, they're going to bowl Shaka Hodge from the city end, but if you want Jacobs to bowl his 4, he has to bowl this over, because this will be the 14th, then the 6th will come from the 18th and the 20th, so he needs to bowl this over if he's going to bowl 4. But they're going to continue with Shaka Hodge from up there, and I think they wanted to switch Shaka to this side, and the Jacobs bowl from the city end.
Let's see.
Shaka Hodge. into ball Jada Richardson, and this one is clipped towards short mid wicket. It will be no run. So it looks like Joe Gums won't be bowling 4. He can't possibly bowl 4 because it was not enough overs left. Shaka Hodge to bowl to Richardson. This one now pushing to the offside. It won't be any run again. So 2 good dot balls from Shaka Hodge. Shaki into bowl to Jada Richardson. This one is turned to the leg side, who was short mid wicket, and Shai comes at the stump to the ward, cause any harm to the batsman. They get through for a single.
Score.
94 the score, 94 for the loss of 2 wickets. It is on 34. Yusuf Hodge is on 2. Shaka Hodge to go to Yusuf, and Yusuf is pushing into the offside. Very good touch there. And just a kick by Chapo. He's really a comedic character. Just kicks it back to the wicketkeeper. And then get a single.
He's got the crowd and everybody really smiling.
It's Shaka Hodge again. Right hand over the wicket into ball, and again he does it. Again he just gives a warning. Batsmen need to stay in your crease.
Yeah, he does that often. Yes.
To take off the bails. Shaka Hodge. On the ball to Jada Richardson. This one is driven up and over, extra cover. A beautiful shot by JL. All the way to the boundary for 4 runs. Elegance. Absolutely elegant by Jada Richardson. Up and over, extra cover. And that's 4 more runs.
And at this rate at which JL is playing here, I don't know whether or not we'll get to the 20 overs, because he's really unsung here today with 38 and playing a nicely driven shot there over cover for 4. Not a man move, only to fetch from the boundary.
Shaka Hodge into ball to Jada Richardson. It's a deft touch, but won't be the backward point fielder. They get a single.
It's 100 now.
Richardson is on to 39. And the score is at 100. 100 has been brought up at the end of over number 14. It's 100 for the loss of 2 wickets.
100 for the loss of for 2 wickets, and with some 6 more overs to go. So it's very, very interesting here. 48 runs to score of 38 balls. It's a game on here, but in any given day you can say that you might give the edge to the batting team so far, and with the likes of Jadel at the wicket, you know, these ones could be had in quick time.
So it's 43 from 36 needed. 48 from 36, sorry. 48 from 36. They're chasing 148 to victory. So 48 needed off the last 6 overs. You would say that the batsman might have, maybe manage the batsman, but it's that guy who's on the ball now, Joe Gums.
Yes, let's see what magic he can work, because we have seen him outfox quite a number of batsmen here in this tournament.
If there's any bowler who you would want on at this crucial time, it's the man Bauer. Joe Gums, a wily old veteran. Has a deep backward square leg, a deep mid wicket to run on. A long off and a super on the offside is 5 minutes. There's a backward pointed short extra cover, a short square leg, and a short mid wicket. Now he's moving the square leg into the offside. So he wants maybe a short third man region to prevent him from running the ball down. So again, you can see that Joe Gums is thinking. He's going to be bowling a light outside the off stop. He doesn't want Jada to run him down to third man.
Yes, certainly meticulously setting his field and making sure that he has gotten all the right areas covered.
It's going to be Joe Gums. Right arm over the wicket, off spin into bowl to Richardson. As we said, he's put the fielder almost perfectly, bounced just in front of him. But he's, as I said, he's bowling the ball outside the off stumps. He wants the man a short third man. The ball almost went to him for a catch, and Jada was almost out. Instead, he gets a single, and the score was on to 40 for him and 101 for the team.
Yes, certainly here, and reaching for that one and almost playing it into the fielder there. Could only manage a single.
It's Joe Gomes in the ball to Yusuf Hutch. He's drunk, looking to pull, but we only find Shakwa who does the fielding.
And you can hear the murmur from the crowd. Everything is getting exciting here, and you can feel the tension.
Just look at the build-up over there on the western side underneath the tent. You can see people from the wall all the way down to the edge of the boundary line, all lined up, and just in a congregation down there. A very large congregation has built up around the tent down there. Almost the entire western stand is full as well.
Yes, and good to see the support that's been given through these matches.
It's Baba Gomes, the ball to Yusuf Hajan. That's very risky from Yusuf, just walking away there.
Is that a ball?
I don't think
It is a dot ball.
I don't know if he was ready for it, but it's going to be a dot ball.
What if that had hit the wicket?
I don't know. It's going to be Joe Gomes on the ball. Yusuf, this one is pulled, and I think I may have got a chance. I think Cyril there didn't read how fast the ball was coming or how full the ball was, but it bounced just in front of him. But in the end, it's a single. It wasn't too far away, and he could have taken 2 steps forward and taken the catch.
Certainly, it's almost as if he was free that he would drop it, and so he just elected to feel it on the bounce.
Joe Gomes again, sent the ball to Jada Richardson. And driven down, won't get past Shaka Hodge. It's going to be no run. Good over from Baba so far. Only 2 runs from it thus far. It's Joe Gomes. Alright, over the wicket. Now with the ball to Jada Richardson. So the Austin Jada is looking to cut. There's a man coming up with super boundary. He'll pick this one up, but they should get 2 runs. And they will do so. So 2 more runs to Jada Richardson. He's on to 42. And the Super Sixers are on to 104 at the end of the 15th over.
What I could say though is that the Farrington Super Sixers, they've been running very well between the wickets, making sure that every opportunity to turn ones into twos are being had, and that was a clear picture of what they've been displaying here this afternoon.
Well, it's going to be Shaka to bowl, I think his 3rd over.
This is probably his 4th over.
He's going to be bowling his 4th. So that means Ashley White probably the other person will be bowling. So Ashley White has bowled 2.
Yes.
We will take up the attack from down.
So it's going to be Baba will bowl 3 from this end most likely, and probably Ashley White from the city end will bowl the. Yes, it's going to be Ashley White actually. So Shaka Hodge will not bowl. It's going to hold off on that final over. So it'll be Ashley White taking up the attack from the city end. So you can just see a tactical battle going on. They don't know, they do know that they want to save Shaka Hodges' last over. They also have 3 in the tank from Baba. He won't get the ball all 3, but they have the option of him bowling 3 overs.
Well, we saw them there just at mid-pitch with a mid-pitch conference. The BEAMERZ certainly looking to talk things over again to see how best they can at least squeeze every over in without any giving away too many boundaries, giving away too much runs. And so the Farrington Super Sixers with the likes of Jadel still at the wicket, you will give them every opportunity or every chance, but at the same time the BEAMERZ, they are not going to make it easy for them at all.
44 from 30. That's what's required for the Super Sixers. They have 44 runs from the last 5 overs. It's going to be it's actually going to be Shaka Hodge, it looks like. So they've made a change again, so it won't be Ashley White. I think they're going to bowl out Shaka instead of Ashley White for the death. It'll probably be him and Baba bowling out the last 4 overs. Shaka Hodge with the ball to, you said this one driven down the ground and just gets past Shaka, so it will get 1 run. 105, this one moves on to 105 for the loss of 2 wickets. Jerry Richardson is on 42, I believe.
Yes.
And you said Hodge is on 5. As Shaka again, this was hit over the mid-wicket region. Man coming across will do the fielding, but he doesn't take the catch. He said off to the ball to bounce instead, and he does the fielding, so they only get a single. .106 to scores. It's Shaka Hodge again. 42 from 28. Shaka Hodge. Out to ball to Yusuf Hodge. This one is fighting and clipped down towards the long on field. Will get 1. Looking for a second, and a misfield allows for the second run.
Yes, they can't afford to misfield at this particular juncture because every run is vitally important for both teams. Both teams accumulating and saving. They will need to do better than that for sure.
Shaka Hodge. Taking his time. We'll run a pass the umpire right over the wicket into ball to Yusuf. This one is top edge, straight up, keep on going. Joe Gomes going, no one will get there, and they're going to run 2 instead. It was a top edge by Yusuf Hodge, but into no man's land. Keeper couldn't get there. The man from Square Leg and Joe Gomes couldn't get there, and at the end, they got 2 runs.
Yes, fortunate. What you would say, maybe a perfect edge there. None of the fielders was close enough. The wicket keeper there in Burton running for all his worth, couldn't get to it, and Joe Gomes there equally the same.
Shaka Hodge. And this one is clipped onto a short wicket. They're going to run 1 and good running. So he gets a signal, moves on to 10, Yusuf Hodge, and the score on to 111. 1-1-1 the score for the loss of 2 wickets. Shaka Hodge into ball to Jerry Richardson. Look at see, appeal goes up, but down the leg side. So at the end of over number 16, the BEAMERZ are 111 for 2, and they take you home for the final 4 overs of this Anguilla Premier League. It will be the man Wellington.
Yes, 111 for 2, chasing a winning total of 148, so which means they've got another 37 runs to get, and they've only got 4 more overs to do so. So nice and tight. As I say, good afternoon, Millington. This is going to be a keenly contested, tight 4 overs here from both teams.
Good evening, Tony, and what a way to bring the curtains down on the 2021 Anguilla first ever Premier League T20 tournament. It's going to be Baba who's going to continue with 24 balls to bowl, 37 runs to get. That's a lot of balls. You can get 100 runs from that 24 balls. It is going to be Joe Gomes. 24 balls, 37 runs. That is the equation. That is a straightforward, simple equation. But will Joe Gomes make it as easy? It is going to be Joe Gomes, right arm over wicket. A bowl to Yusuf Hodge. A bowl to Hodge. Hodge is coming across and hitting it in the air. It is coming down to long on. Somebody's getting it. He's not going to get it. It's Ashley White. They have gone for 1. We'll come back for a second. The ball just dropping outside of the 30-yard circle. And they come back for 2. So the total moves on to 113. 113. And Yusuf Hodge, he moves on to 12. Here is Gomes. He awards his run, and he will walk back to the top of his map. 113.
That ball was in the air for a long time, Millington.
Yes, but Ashley White is hurt. He's not. And that is a big hee-ho. That's a swipe across. Agricultural looking shot there by Yusuf Hodge. That's a nothing shot there. And could have easily lost his off pen. Also to be was outside the line of the off stump. Here is Joe Gomes. The bowl to Hodge. Bowls to Hodge. Hodge is Look into this one, stumping opportunity, allowed appeal, and not out says the umpire.
Burton seems as though he has got his man, but
Well,
umpire
Burton
Webster.
He has his man. The skipper, Lyndon Richardson, thinks so as well. He said that the foot was in the air, and not out says the umpire.
I certainly have to go back to our replays, Millington, and see what's there. But good work there from Burton. There, yes, yes.
Not out says umpire Webster. It's 113 for 2. Here is Guns. The ball to Hodge. Hodge is getting this one. It's in the air. He's going to be caught at backward point. Lyndon takes the catch. Hodge goes. He says, that's what I was talking about. You were out to the previous ball. And now, let us see. It's in the air. Catch taken. And Hodge goes. And
yes.
It's still game on. It is game on. Match wide open. And that is an awful way to go. He's looking for just a bit of more than a ball, and that's not a good looking shot there at all by him.
But what was smart too is that Jadel, the informed batsman at the moment at the crease, realized that he would have been out, decided to cross as well so that he can take the remainder of the overs as well. So I thought that was good thinking on the part there of Richardson. But the Beamers, they are certainly in with a chance. They are certainly in with a good chance of really taking this grand prize here in this first Anguila Premier League T20 tournament. They have done very well in defending this 147 that they would have scored so far. And like you mentioned, I think when I was speaking to Doc, he did say that when they would have won the previous match, it was around the same score that they defended. And so we're seeing it here today again.
20, 10 runs short. The Beamers, they are 10 runs short.
You think they're 10 runs short?
That would have won them the title. They are 10 runs short. Terry Adams, the new batsman, walked into the crease. One striker's end. It is going to be Jadon Richardson who is going to take right. We'll take the strike from the man Joe Guns. It is 113 for.
Well, Millington, as we wait, as this strategizing is still going on out there between the captain and Joe Gums, the wily vet there who have really come good here for the Beamers as well. This match is heading down to the opening encounter between these two teams as well. And it was Terry Adams who was at the crease at the latter stages, and he has joined Richardson now. Let's see what will unfold.
Well, I was just going to draw your attention to that. It was Jadon Richardson, Terry Adams that was on at the crease when the first game, when the curtains came down on the first game. This is Joe Gums. Right arm over the wicket to bowl to Jadon Richardson. And this is 17th over. Here is Joe Gums bowl to Richardson. Is pulling well. That's gone out of here. It is gone out of here. It is gone out of here. And it ran out very, very quickly for Relay State. And it's gone out of here. That's a lovely shot over Cow corner for 6.
Yes, beautifully played there by Richardson.
49, he's on 49.
And like I said earlier, he recognized that Hodge was going to be out caught, and he other batsmen would have just stayed at the other end, but he decided, well, let's make sure that we cross so that I can have the strike. And it was all she wrote with that ball there after the wicket.
It is 119. Here is Joe Gums the ball to Jadon Richardson getting a wide delivery. Gonna be signal wide. Total moves on to 120. 120 it is for 3. 120 for 3. Jadon Richardson is on 49. Here is Jugums. The ball to Jadel Richardson. Man of the finals, Jadel Richardson. He gets 50. The ball going down to Fowler Square. That's his 50. That's his 50. Jadel Richardson bringing up a well-played half-century in this, the finals. The overcoming to an end. It's 121 for 3. Jadel Richardson is on an even 50. He is 50 not out. With him is Terry Adams yet to face, and it is the Super Sixers in search of 148 for victory. They are 121, a mere 27 runs. 27 runs to take this one from 18 balls.
So 3 overs, 18 balls. You can put it however you would like. The batting team in that of the Farrington Super Sixers, they need to score 27 more runs if they are to take the whole trophy and the prize money that is coming with it as well. The batsman there, Jadel Richardson, picking up from where he would have left off, scoring 50 runs in this innings, and really trying to see his team to the end of the finish line here. He has got with him Terry Adams as well, and very smartly they're knowing that he's an informed batsman and that Adams will take some time to at least get his eyes and his timing together, really taking control of the strike here. And is that White coming from the city end?
Yes, it's going to be White. He's going to be picking up the attack, taking over from Shaka Hodge from the city end. So ball to Jadel Richardson, 27 from 18. Here is Richardson. So hitting this one, and that's a good bit of feeling there by Ashley. It was struck fiercely by Jadel Richardson, and White getting his hand out, and his hand is on the bucket. He got it down, and was able to score Jadel Richardson. Here is Richardson, taps away at the crease, waits for White. White passes umpire Webster, ball to Jadel. Jadel is hitting this one down too long on. They are going to get runs here. They have gone for one. That's all they're going to get as the return comes in. Jadel Richardson is on to 51. He's on the 51, Jadel Richardson. Terry Adams get to score. Score moves on to 122.
The Beamers will want to keep Terry on strike for the remainder of this over as well.
26 runs, Tony.
Yes, 26 runs. But
16 balls.
Yes, they will want to keep Terry tucked up here.
Well, I'm not sure about that at all. Here is White to this one off the inside edge. They're going to look for one out here, and the run out would have been at the non-strike at the bowler's end, because Terry Adams is not the fastest of a man at all. 123. The score moves on to. Each batsman starts at 1 and 0 when you start batting, and Terry Adams can hit the ball, but he had. On that occasion, get enough out this ball off the inside. The Jerry is White. The ball to Richardson. Richardson is struck on the pad. They're going through for a single. They're going to get it easily. That's leg by. Yes, a single now by umpire Webster. Total moves on to 124. 23 runs. 23.
So the pressure is telling here.
24 runs, 15 balls. It's 24 runs, 15 balls. Is a fat lady in the park, Tony? You saw the fat lady for the day?
Not as yet, not as yet, not as yet at all.
Here is White, a ball to Terry Adams. He's hitting this one fiercely down to long on, and that's why before he can really turn around and realize what was going on. The ball was onto him. Now the total moves on by 1 to 125. 125. Adams is on 2. And I saw the fat lady a little while ago, and she was humming. She was humming her song. Here is White. It's a ball to Richardson. Richardson is hitting this one. He was looking to hit that one over the wicket. Ball coming off the inside edge. No run result in the end of the over. And 12 balls and 23 runs.
Very good over there by White. Really coming back strong. Not not letting the batsmen score any boundaries off of that over, and really keeping it nice and tight, giving his team every chance here to defend this 147 that was scored. I'm certainly sure that Jadel Richardson was chomping at the bit to get back and strike, but that shot not being able to do so.
Scorer, before we get all excited, please confirm with us that they need 23 from 12.
125. 125.
So they need 23 from 12. Yes, 23 from 12 says the scorer, and it is a tantamount. I'm hearing the fat lady, she's humming Tony. Aren't you hearing her? She's humming her song.
Well, she's walking up to the microphone. That is, I think she's walking up to the microphone and just about to clear her throat and to tune her vocal cords. But we will see what is over here with the veteran Jogums, who have bowled 2 nicely tight overs so far. They have really set themselves and put themselves back in with a chance to really take home the goal.
To get.
Yep.
12 balls. 23 from 12. It is Terry Adams, the veteran, and with him it's the informer Jadel Richardson. He's on 51, and he really has dominated today and really played well. Jadel Richardson showed up for the final. Here is Joe Gums. To bowl to Terry Adams. Terry Adams is hitting this one down to mid wicket. They have gone for one. Will they come back for a second? A fumble comes. They're coming back for a second. And the ball hitting the stump, but not out, says the umpire. And again, I think the run out, the ball should have gone to the keeper. That's Terry Adams in. Because he's the slow of the two. If you're going to run out anybody, it has to be Terry Adams, not Jadel Richardson.
Fielders certainly on the boundary needs to be a lot more sharper. That ball should have been coming back there with like a bullet.
21 required from 11. Here is Joe Gums. Ball to Terry Adams. Ball to Adams. Adams is hitting this one through the gap, and brilliant bit of feeling. Magnificent work there by Joe. That is Giovanni Gums. Going around there, and what a bit of feeling. That could be the feeling that wins the game. What a magnificent bit of feeling there by Giovanni Gums.
Yes, wonderful feeling there. Brilliantly stopped there. I almost thought that he would have at least missed it, because the other fielder on the other end was really coming towards him as well, but he kept his focus, kept his eyes on the ball, picked it up and had it quickly into the bowler there at the end.
Here is Gums. The ball to Richardson. Richardson's! Oh! That was a big shot attempted there, and the ball going to be taken by the wicket keeper. And it was a dangerous looking shot, a doggy looking shot there by Jadel Richardson.
Had he connect that one, I think.
The pressure is telling.
Pressure is certainly telling.
20.
Had he connect on that one, we would have been picking that one out of the ground for sure.
9. Well, here is Joe Gums. The ball to Richardson. Richardson is hitting this one. 6 runs. You can give that up because it's gone away for 6. It has gone away for 6. That's a lovely shot over long on. And the man there, Ashley White, was a mere spectator. Well, 14. 14 is what they need.
Well, you can see what Richardson was aiming for there with the ball previously. Before that, he did not get the connection properly. This time he did connect, and that one went sailing into the crowd there, down at the right hand of us here, and into the boundary for 6 runs. So 6 good runs for the Farrington Super Sixers, inching them a little closer to the score. They've got another 14 runs to get. Will they get it?
14 runs. Advantage, the Sixers. Here is Jogons. Ball to Jadel. Jadel is hitting this one again. It is going down the road. And it's caught. He's magnificently taken. It is Ashley White who plucks it it out of the air. And can that be? Can that be? What a catch! It looked like it had 6 runs written all over it. But the man, Ashley White, he went up like an hawk and he plucked it out of the air. And what a superb catch taken there by Ashley White. And it is still 14 runs required. 14 runs required. 7 balls scorer. Yes, it is. 7 balls, 14 runs, all to play for. All to play for. And what a way to bring the curtains down on the 2021 the edition, the first ever edition of the APL. Tony, tell me about that.
Millington, when we looked at the first match, we saw similar circumstances that is happening in this game today, because it was a ball that was hit over cow corner. That is it the same player as well that spooled it for 6 as well. This time he held on and took a brilliant catch, which could really spell curtains here for the Farrington Super Sixers, because they've got 14 runs to get from 7 balls. The batsman at the wicket, is that Masimba Bowen? Is that it?
Masimba Bowen and Terry Adams.
Yes, I can't say yet for sure, but the BEAMERZ, they are, I would say, they are at the edge, so to speak.
BEAMERZ 10 runs short, advantage, 7 balls, 2 runs a ball, advantage.
I don't know if I was a betting man, Middleton, I wouldn't listen to you at all.
The batting team advantage. Advantage the batting team.
1 more ball from the veteran, their Jogums, and then we will see whether or not White will bowl that final over.
Well,
most likely he will, because I don't think Gums will come back again.
I don't know what cricket you are looking at. I don't know what cricket you are looking at. Advantage the Sixers. The game is the BEAMERZ to lose.
I didn't say it. Millington said it.
Here is Joe Gums. The final ball of his spell. The final ball of this tournament. Can he put the game in a twist here? Joe Gums moves away from us. The ball to Masimba Bowen. Masimba Bowen is sitting into backward point. He won't score. 14 runs from 6 balls. And it's all to play for. It's all down in the hands of the old veteran Terry Adams. Can he take the Sixers home? Well, ladies and gentlemen, all of this. 14 runs, 6 balls, and all this that you're hearing here, live on the James Ronald Webster Park, it is made possible because of the lights of Anguila, Zemi Beach Resort, Cousinat, Frangipani Hotel, Najiko, D3 Enterprise, Lakes World, Funtime Charters, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, Carita Walgreens Home, Anguilla Air Services, Anguilla Community Action Group Network, Aiken, Best Buy Supermarket, Tropical Distributors, Keisha Webster, Carty, Heavenly Real Estate, English Rose Restaurant, Radio Anguilla 95.1, Class FM 92.9, Digicel, King Ocean Services, Conrad Rogers, Sports Depot Jamaica, and Anguilla Electric. Yeah. So the umpires are making sure that is the score. That is the score. 134. 134. 134 for it is. And 34 for 4. 6 balls, 14 runs. 6 balls, 14 runs. That is the equation. Simple equation. The final over is going to be bowled by Ashley White. Tony, it is cricket at its best. It's highest quality. That is what we want a final to come down to. That's what we was hoping for. We were hoping for a final like this, and we have gotten it. Indeed, the tournament has lived up to its expectations.
Really great match here this afternoon. Millington, the boy from these 2 top teams playing all the way to the final over. It is the Farrington Super Sixers seeking to get 14 runs to take home the grand prize. It's the BEAMERZ trying to hold them under that 14 runs.
14 runs, 6 balls. Ashley White, Terry Adams. They are the ones Terry Adams to wait. And Dion Broughton is saying we need a man at cow corner. Bring the man off the run off the third man boundary, and rightfully so. Bring the man off the third man boundary. Push him in at the cow corner region and ask Terry Adams.
Certainly, I agree with that. I agree with that as well. But he's not going at cow corner.
There is White to bowl to Terry Adams. Bowl to Terry Adams. Terry Adams is hitting this one. Down to mid wicket. He scored! He scored! The save hands of Dylan Skelky. Terry Adams goes, and that can very well be BEAMERZ game.
I think the fat lady is just about has already gone to her preliminary prep just now and is ready to sing here on the Farrington Super Sixers. It's the dangerous Terry Adams. They're trying to go over the top, but could only find Dylan Skelky, the safe hands, and I'm certainly sure we know that he was not going to drop that one at all. And further trouble is the Farrington Super Sixers here.
Well. Yannick Leonard must be in the UK. He is making cartwheel in his living room.
Certainly.
As you watch the BEAMERZ, they are inching ever so close, ever so close. Well. Yannick Leonard, if you're hearing me, just take us up here live at the James Runner Webster Park, because I'm telling you, man, it is good cricket. You're missing it. You're missing in action, but your team is representing well. To all those who are taking our commentaries, you are watching an exciting encounter here, and what a way to climax this tournament right here at the James Runner Webster Park. It is all because of our sponsors, and we are grateful having you on board, because it is because of you why we really are celebrating today. And what a tremendous way of bringing the curtains down. It is not over. It is still not yet over. It is 5 balls, 14 runs, and it can be had. It is the dangerous runner who has come to join Masimba Bohim.
I'm certainly sure that Ashley White will have other things and other ideas to put to the dangerous runner here this afternoon.
Well, it is Adams who taps away at the crease, waits for Ashley White. Ashley White has not really put a foot wrong here so far.
He bowled very well, yes.
With the ball. And that is what he has done so much. He has done it for Anguila, likewise at the national level. He's a finisher with the ball. It is going to be Ashley White from the city end. Right arm around the wicket. A ball to Ronald Adams. Looks around. Well, the shadows of the tamarind tree in the west is lengthening across this outfield. The stands. Here is White to bowl to Adams. Adams is ball! Adams is ball! Adams is ball! First ball! And the BEAMERZ, they cut a hoop. 4 balls, 14 runs. And the Super Sixers, I said it previously, they have done so well in preliminaries, even in wind-ball cricket, and they are not been a team of the finals. I said it was their game, Their for the taking was batting team, but BEAMERZ has come back here and they are staking their claim, because the Super Sixers carelessly has thrown away. It wasn't very hard. You didn't have to go looking for in search of a boundary that early. Terry Adams looking for 2 runs, could have easily get back on strike with 12 balls, get it down to touching distance. It wasn't to be. He surged for the boundary, and in the end he lost the wicket, losing Adams, and so their backs are on the rope. It is all BEAMERZ.
Well, Millington, I think you need to tell the general public and the whole entire world that you was deadly wrong when you said advantage with the Super Sixers. I told you that I would favor the BEAMERZ at the rate that they were bowling and at the way how they are conducting themselves in the field. having lost the likes of Jadel Richardson and who has been the main contributor, and Dimitri Adams, we didn't see for a fact how deep the batting for the Farrington Super Sixers had gone into this entire tournament, because they were the ones who were at the forefront scoring the runs, and it's been seen here today.
Very well, so I tell you that the Super Sixers, they bat right down to number 11. They have players who have represented the national team, the senior national team, right down to number 11, who can hold the bat, who can play. This is the wicket-keeper batsman Dion Williams, who is a relatively good batsman, and so he is going to face in his class, and it is now Y2 Williams. He turns this one on the onside. They have gone for one. That's all they're going to be. 13 runs required. 13.
Balls.
13 from 3. 13 from 3.
And it's certainly not going to be
3
enough.
4s, 2 6s, super over. What a way to finish the final.
Put it, if they didn't get it in the earlier parts, I'm not seeing where you're down to your lesser batsmen, whether or not they can, yes, they can bat, but I think the pressure
will
right.
Come. Here is White to Boynes. Boynes is hitting this one down the ground. He's going to be caught. 6-4 runs. Is it 4 or 6? 6 runs. Masimba Boyne is no wannabe. He is a proper batter. He can bat. He can bat. Masimba Boyne can bat.
It's not a good.
So Tony, when I spoke because I know that the Super Sixers, they has batting from 1 to 11.
But White has not lived up to the way he has started. Too much width and length ball, and was meat and drink for Bowen. He definitely has to be a little bit more tighter than that, because 7 from 2 balls, that's gettable.
7 2 balls. 7 from 2. 7 from 2. Well, he has pushed the man back on the forward of square boundary, and so he's going to bowl a much straighter to Boynes. That's not it? Well, thought for a moment I saw a 6-run signal.
4.
So it was 4 runs signal and not. So it's 139, not 141. So it's 9 runs from 2 balls. 9 runs, 2 balls. One moment I thought I saw the fielder signal 6. Here is White to bowl to Boynes. Bowl to Boynes. Boynes is hitting this one down the ground. It's gone away for 6. It's gone away for 6. It's gone away for 6. It's gone away for 6, Tony. I told you, Masimba Boyne is a proper batsman.
No, you see, Millington, that's the reason why we see it for time and time again, that that is the reason why we've said that cricket is really a game of glorious uncertainties, because while the Farrington Super Sixers seems as though they were dead and buried in the water, here all they need right now is just 2 runs. And then we have a super over. Yes, so
super over.
Yes, so
3 to win.
Really
3 runs to win. 2 for super over. Super over is what we are asking.
But White didn't learn from the previous. White did not learn from the previous ball that he bowled.
He adjusted. But Masimba Boyne is a batsman who doesn't really like to go across the line. He's going to hit you straight, and that's what he did. He hit him, and what White will have to do. If I was White, I was going to come around the wicket and bowl him a slow ball.
Well, maybe he's afraid that he might go down the onside and have to bowl a wide, but it's really pressure cooker here.
I told you, I played this game long enough, Tony. He's going to come around the wicket.
Well, is it a little too late? Because 3 runs to get, and that can be had from 1 ball.
Masimba Boyne opens up. You notice how he has changed his stance. He opens up.
They'll be running for all his worth here, for sure.
Final ball. 3 runs. 2 for a super over. Here is White. To ball to Masimba Bowen. Ball to Bowens. Bowens is hitting this one. They're going for a run here. They've gone for one. They're coming back for a second. They're going to be. It's going to be a super over. 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 We asked for it. We asked for it. We have gone to a super over. A super over.
I don't know.
A super over.
Well, that's the end of it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. It's the Beamers. The Beamers, they have won the match. There. Well, the Stumps are up.
They needed 3 runs. Scores are level. Scores are level. What is on the score level? Scores are level.
Scores are level. Did the batsman get run out on the second attempt?
Scores are level.
No, but it appears. Apparently one of them got run out. Well, we need to find out what's going on, but it appears as if they only got one. It appears as if they only got one. My fellow commentator in Millington, he has gone to inquire, but from the likes of it, what we are looking at here is that it appears as though the Beamers, they have won this championship because one of the batsmen got run out in attempting a second run, and they needed 3 to win, 2 for a tie in an effort to well, we'll certainly have to confirm that for sure, but all in all, it appears as though the Beamers, they are the champions for this inaugural Anguila Premier T20 tournament. Yes, it appears as if, yes, and we have seen where the
what are the scores for
we don't know, but
well, scores are level, so we are going to a super over. We are going to a super over. I'm not sure what the umpires did. I'm not sure what transpired there.
I don't know, but
the batsman scored. They required 3 runs from the last ball. They got 2 runs, and so it must be a super over, and so we are going to a super over.
I don't know. We don't know what had transpired down there.
Having a conversation with the officials of the tournament. They're saying a super over. They must go to a super over.
But why did the umpire take the stumps out? Sure. I don't know. Is that a part of the tournament? The Beamers, they have been congratulated by the Farrington Super Sixers, so I don't know what is happening. The Farrington, they have congratulated the Beamers, so I don't know whether or not the player got run out in attempt to run 2 runs. I have no idea. So I don't know what's going on.
2 runs, they were looking for a 3rd run. They were looking for a 3rd run when the stumps were knocked down. Masimba Boy hit the ball. He got back down. He went for 1, came back for 2. He was looking for a 3rd run when he was run out. So it is no how that it could not be a super.
Well, the umpires are coming up, and we certainly will hear from the umpires as to what is going on. Certainly, if the 2 runs was affected, we're certainly into a super over for sure. But the umpires and the officials, they are heading our way. We can tell you here at this juncture, the match came down to the last ball where the Farrington Super Sixers needed 3 runs to win, and so we have the officials here and the umpires as well.
The take the ball, they can get it.
So we're still trying to clarify. Still trying to clarify what's going on here, but it's. Was it 2 runs? Did they get 2? They ran 2? Or if they ran 2, the scores are tied? Yes, we were just told by the umpires that they scored 2 runs, which certainly mean that we're down to super over, but the stumps have been taken out. The pitch is being rolled by the ground staff there in Bobby Blacks, and the officials, they're still trying to really see what is happening and really seeing which is the best way to put of which is the best way to really come to this.
So they required 3 runs from the last ball, Tony. 3 balls, they got 2 runs, and on the attempt of making 3 runs, he was.
I know. So is that saying that what? Did we go to a super over?
Yes, super over.
Well, it's tied at 147 for 6. Yes, the organizers, if you're hearing us, Master Control, the captains are together, the organizers, the umpires, they're still really trying to sort things out. What we know here for a fact is that the Farrington Super Sixers needed 3 runs after the final ball, and they did run 2, clearly from our vantage point, that they did run 2, which would have tied the scores. And in T20 cricket, we normally know that the rules are if you're tied, then you'll go to a super over. So whether that's been sorted out now, we're seeing.
So we are seeing the umpires. They're walking back to the middle. A miscalculation there by the umpires, and so they are going to go back to.
But we go back to those last 3 balls that was bowled by Ashley White. I think he was very, very, very poor. But like we said, cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, because he did took 2 wickets, and the Farrington Super Sixers, they fought their way back. And
I am not going to say he was very poor. I think that Masimba Boyne kept his head. He kept his head. He kept his head, and he was able to hit through the line, because I don't think that they were genuinely bad balls, but
they were
Masimba Boyne
too much.
Used his reach.
Right. So you can't. So for the first shot, I can say patience, but for the second ball that was hit for 6. I think he did not adjust his line well enough after realizing what Masimba Boyne was about to do, or intended to do. He should have at least either pulled his length back, like he in the final ball he did went around the wicket, and he could have done that. I'm saying, with knowing that they had to score that amount of runs from the last over. The first 3 ball was brilliantly bowled, but the last 3 he would have himself to blame.
Well, it's wonderful cricket here at the James Park. Tony, we called it, we said it, it's a super over. That's all we want to know. The game, we saw everything else in this tournament. Now we are going to see the one thing that we wanted to see, and that's a super over.
Certainly, and going down the shadows, they are across the field. The band is striking up. The crowd, the spectators, they're still together, and they're waiting to hear, because the ceremony is going to take place after this. Here we see the stumps. Again, they've been taken out of the bag, the stump bag.
But what I found was very interesting, Tony, is that there was no clarification with the scorer by the umpires. In previous games, the umpires would clarify with the scorer that that's the game, and on this occasion we did not see that. What we saw was that the umpires pulled the stumps, and then
I think they probably just miscounted how many runs they needed to get, because they asked before the final over was bowled if the scoreboard was right, and if it was 134, they would have known that the Farrington Super Sixers needed to get 14 runs from the final over, which was 6 balls, and 6 and a 4, that would be 10.
6 and 4 is 10.
Right.
They needed,
and then they got 2. Did they got a single before? They got a single before, right?
they needed 3.
Right. So I would want to think that they probably kind of miscalculated, and then thought that even though they had gotten the 2 runs, they probably thought that that was the end of the match.
When they asked, it was 134. They got a single.
Yes.
They moved to 135.
Right.
135, and then the 4 runs
Was 139.
139.
Right, and then the 6 would have made it 145.
Right.
And
so
then
they needed 3
right.
from the final ball. They needed 3, and they got a 2.
Well, certainly quite a bit of drama here. I hope both teams are still in good spirits. It's a final over, so it's hard to play for. It's everybody's anybody's game, so to speak. And the organizers, we seen Alkins out there, the curator and Bobby Black, he's definitely putting in the stumps. Calvin is out there as well. Keatley, he's one of the umpires for this tournament. They did say that the 2 runs that was had by Masimba Bowen was actually legit, and that there was no run out. But and so we go to a super over here this afternoon, and the band, as we can hear the band striking up down there as we wait for the super over to take place. We are just losing the sunshine a little bit. It's been a great day for cricket, great excitement. The atmosphere was very electric, and the crowd is still here, jamming to the music and waiting to see who is going to take the final prize here, the $5,000, and that big trophy there for the winner. You're not missing any cricket. You're not missing any cricket. We are just setting up and getting ourselves ready for the final over. The light is swiftly going, and so the umpires, they are calling the teams, getting the teams together, so at least that they can at least decide who's going to take first knock, or who's going to win the toss and decide to take first knock, first ball in this super over here. It's going to be it's going to be something, really. I can tell you, this is what you call cricket, a game of glorious uncertainties. Here I was saying that the Farrington Super Sixers would have been all but done, but it was Masimba Bowens, the hero here for the Farrington Super Sixers, scoring some 12 runs off 3 balls. 12 runs off 3 balls, and putting the Farrington Super Sixers, giving them a chance to really take full advantage of the prize. As I say, welcome back to Millington.
Just clarifying, Tony. someone couldn't believe that they were able to run 2 runs with the ball just going at short mid-wicket. But it was easy, it was done indeed. It was Masimba Bowen who hit the ball to short mid-wicket. He ran up quickly. Dion Williams was scampering, he wanted it, and he was able to come back for the second, and he was going for the third run when the keeper begged him, cried to White for the ball, and he was run out. But by then it was a little too late. They would have completed 2 runs and would have brought the game an even Steven.
Certainly the fielder there, I think Dylan Skellicky was the fielder who fielded that ball there. He had just taken a brilliant catch, but I thought he was a little bit slow off of his mark, knowing that the batsmen, they would have certainly been looking for 2 runs to tie the score. I should have at least pounced on that one a lot earlier, and at least having a chance to effect a run out. It wasn't to be. He actually fumbled it, so to speak, and gathered it, and luckily they didn't run the 3 runs they needed.
Well, it's going to be a super over. There is a discussion in the middle of the field, and we are waiting. The teams are waiting with the tournament officials, and the managers are there, the captains are there, and we are waiting. The umpires are also there, and we are awaiting the decision. And the stumps are being replaced, and so anytime now we can see the super over bowling off. It's even Steven, 147, playing 147, all to play for. After playing a long tournament, Tony, after playing 40 overs, we still doesn't have a winner. Still even Stevens, we have to go to 2 overs to determine this, the APL finals.
Well, it's like you said earlier, it lived up to what has been dubbed to be, what has been built to be, the Anguila Premier T20 inaugural tournament. We have seen across the board where the T20 tournaments could be very exciting, very entertaining as well, and with some fine matches as well. You've just seen the opening of the IPL, and there's been some really good close tight games as well, and we can say bringing it here today, these 2 teams has really lived up to the expectations.
To see who is going to be the 3 batsmen who will be taking the field for the still discussion going on. The BEAMERZ team, the umpires walking towards us. Not sure what is going on. Concerns, whatever the concerns are, we are waiting, and we can just bring it to the guys as they come to our hand. BEAMERZ taking on Farrington Super Sixers, and this is the APL finals. When the toss was taken earlier today, it was the BEAMERZ who won the toss and chose the bat. Well, they amounted some 147 runs, with 148 to get to win this tournament. And well, the Super Sixers, they look done now. Well, somewhere they needed 25 from the last 2. They got 11 from the 19th, and was it 11 total? And then in the final over, they needed 17 runs. They needed 17 runs from the last one, something like that. We will go back to the scores. However, it was Masimba Bowen who walked to the crease with 5 balls. 5 balls. They needed 14 from the last over. Away to Terry Adams going the first ball of the last over. And it was indeed the man Masimba Bowen. It was Masimba Bowen who did it for the Super Sixers, hitting a magnificent 6 over long on. Before that, he hit a white over long on, a ball that should have been taken. He hit it over long off, the head of the man there, coming in from long off, and it went away. 1 bounce into the fence for 4. The very next ball, he hit it over long on for 6 runs. Well, they needed just 3 runs from the final delivery. In the process, White, he picked up a wicket also. And then the wicket of Arana. They needed just 3 runs from the final delivery. Masimba Bowen getting on the edge, and it went through short mid-wicket. And the batsmen, they ran, and they ran, and they ran, and they were able to get 2. That brought down the game to a super over. While we are still having a...
Not sure whether now we'll get the super over. The light is fading badly here, and whether that they're going to split it down the middle.
I'm not sure what is going on, because there is a discussion there, a very long discussion, and we're not sure what is going on. And as information comes to hand, we will relay to you. But in the meantime, we can tell you that it is 147 playing 147.
Yes, and certainly less of an anticlimax here with this brilliant game here played here by 2 even teams, the Farrington Super Sixers and the BEAMERZ, Stony Ground BEAMERZ. We are still seeing quite a number of persons on the field. Both teams are on the field. Not sure what they're discussing, but if they were to, we've seen the stumps being put back in, but not sure with the light that we have now whether or not it would be wise enough to have a super over, unless maybe they have a bowler to see who can hit the stumps. Millington, maybe they will devise a plan and see the bowler who can hit the stumps the most, but we're not certain what is going on. We see the umpire in Jack Webster is there. The main organizers, one of the main organizers, Mr. Alkin Rogers, he's there talking with the Captain Lindell and Bo Dimitri. They are at the moment on the field, and we don't know what will be the final outcome, but if it is to happen today, well, I'm not too sure whether or not we will see another ball being bowled Millington.
Well, it doesn't seem so at all. We are having a long discussion between the organizers and the managers of the team. We had the manager for the BEAMERZ, was there, since left that discussion. We had the manager for the Super Sixers is there. We had the manager for and the captain, the manager and captain of the Super Sixers, the captain of the BEAMERZ. They are having a conversation with the umpire and with the organizers. Well, we are waiting the final decision. I'm not sure what it's going to be. We are not sure, and as we said, as information comes to hand, we will bring it to you live here from the Giraffe.
It is 6:19 in the PM, and the sun is going way down, nice golden going way down in the west, and certainly what should have, if they had really realized, we would have gotten the over already in Millington, the 2 super overs. We would have certainly been through them already had it been for proper understanding and from the umpires and the who were on the field thought that the match was over. and that the Farrington Super Sixers had lost it, because if you realize, Millington, they both went and congratulated the BEAMERZ because they thought they lost.
But, Tony, 3 runs required from the final ball. 3 runs required, final delivery, and it's no how that you can walk away unless there is something in writing in the competition that guided the competition that said that if there is a jump, how we will be able to break that tie without going to a super over. There is no how that we would have been able to decide a winner here today unless we go to a super over.
Yes, but as we can see for a fact that some misjudgment went on in terms of the score, because like I said, the BEAMERZ start, they won the match. The BEAMERZ start, they won the match. The Farrington Super Sixers start, they lost the match as well, not knowing that they had gotten the 2 runs to square the overall scores, and that has caused seriously, already I'm seeing here, we don't know how long we will be broadcasting from this end, but as soon as we get some good word, we will either close it out here or for sure I know that we won't be seeing any cricket, because it's certainly getting too dark here at Millington.
The sunshine has left us, and my position where it's almost impossible to hold super overs. Really would have loved to see this game climaxing with the super over, Tony. That's what it came down to, because 2 runs were had requiring 3, and so we are still waiting a decision. We are waiting a final decision. We are not going to have this super over as far as it looks. We're not going to have that super over because it's getting dark. As we said, the sun has left us. We do not have lights at the James Reynolds Supply. It's a white ball, Tony, and so if you start now, you probably might be able to get 2 overs in.
Yes, but would you leave a bowler like Jadel and Masimba Bowens bowling at you?
Yes, man. And this is good. It's still is good. Like nice, cool evening, and you can still hit the ball out of the ground over to the
Well, certainly sure. I don't think we'll be seeing that today at all, but a pity we had to end it this way. Really, I would have liked to see a winner being crowned here today. At one point it was the Farrington Super Sixers. They thought that they had it in the bag, and then it came down to the final over. 14 runs from the final over, from 5 balls actually. 14 runs from 5 balls. And I really thought Millington, cricket, you really can't call it sometimes when it's that close. And that's the reason why we can say.
I remember just before the bunker was hit, you said to me, Millington, say to the people that you are wrong. Because you may not have ever seen Masimba Boy. You may have known him in the football arena, and you don't know the quality of the man, Masimba Boy. But I remember Masimba Boy. I can't remember if it was Nevis or Antigua, and he took 20 out of one of those bowlers right here at the James Ronald Webster Park. He is a class act, and he is a lower order batsman. There are 2 all-arounders that is in that team. You never ever want them to be batting together. It is Masimba Bowen and Daniel Proctor. Once they are batting together and they are going, get your bottom dollar.
But I have the ball in my hand, so I bowled the first ball and he hits me for 4. All right? He hits me for 4. I come up and I almost bowled identical and he hits me for 6. I'm saying, with a good thinking bowler, and that's the reason why I love to see Proctor bowl. Daniel Proctor, he mixes up his deliveries so often so that you don't get a consistent diet of any particular ball because he assesses the situation and he mixes and he changes when necessary. I don't think White did that after he was struck for 4. I don't care how well Masimba can hit the ball. With 4, they had to get 9 runs. All right, 9 runs from 3 balls. Correct? Yes. And you telling me he's hitting you?
White has a very good slow ball, but again, Tony, in a finals, pressure talks, and it's who can hold, who can handle pressure the better. And so, in the end, it was Masimba Boyne who kept a level ahead. Ashley White had to try something. He tried and he failed. And in the end, it was indeed Masimba Boyne who pulled things back for the Super Sixers. Kudos to him. White, he went around the wicket for the final delivery. They got 2 runs off it. Could have easily again, because it was a short ball, and had it not been mistimed by Masimba Boyne, it could have gone over mid-wicket just the same.
Well, we are about to leave you. Certainly sure that we want to thank all of our listeners as well, those who are listening to us from from Radio Anguilla, as well as we bid you goodbye this afternoon. We are sorry that we can't.
Waiting final words, and just before we leave you, we will want to tell you what is the final decision, and we are awaiting such decision from the organizers, and until we get that, we are being with you for about 2 minutes, and it is now 6:30, Tony. So, Tony, I don't think that we have much more time here.
No, we don't have much more time. Our technical man is just about getting ready to close shop, and it's very little more that we can say. But we have witnessed a great game here this afternoon, and we have already, we certainly enjoy bringing the coverage to you here this afternoon, and we do hope that you did enjoy our coverage. We're certainly looking forward to you again to join you when we bring you another edition of the Anguilla Premier League. Until then, we bid you good evening and a pleasant good evening. Back to Master Control.
Well, it was a nice Sunday.
So they have not decided anything?
It doesn't seem so.
Well, they could just split it down the middle.
The umpires, I don't understand. How could they call a game though? How could they call a game? How can you have to clarify with your scorer? Gee.
But nobody did ask what's the score. We tell them 14. So
You needed 14. You got 13. So how in God in heavens? Gee. Yo, listen, you got to go and come and choose.
I want everything that we needed 14 to tie. Huh? That's the only way I could find that there thing.
Yo, you mean over?
You know the commentary, you and who do the commentary? You start with that gone over?
Oh, I don't know.
BEAMERZ 1 by 1 working inside.
Yeah, over there now with the commentaries.
Normally they would have a shoot over, but I guess they wait so late now, lights gone.
Every time 4 years done, we done.
Partner, you could take out forward thing there. Take off the main flip. Alright, stop.
You want to be live? You're not live, Joe.
Huh?
Your shot's not live.
What's up?
That's right.
Big dark. Everything low.
What do you want to do? Luis Liber. And he's not answering. He's the winner, so we'll do that. Luis Liber is the winner. If he is the goal point and he don't have credit, we will give him credit. We will answer the 4-1. He's a post-paid, but apparently he's fast asleep. But we have to thank Digicel. Digicel, ladies and gentlemen, Digicel. They have been superb and brilliant. I want you to embrace them. Collaborate with them all.
One charge on the white thing. One charge on the white thing.
He's in Anaheim against the trend from the I want to recognize the man Wellington. You can bring on the radio if you want to. Also, Mr. Sam Hall, Doc, you know yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget football action. Next door, the attackers. We're coming and crossers tonight against the police. The attackers will be playing against the police. And tonight is going to be a big one. Next
This one? No, that's your cable. This is his cable. With the red thing. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must say we have an international man here tonight. Also, alongside the international man, we have an international drummer. We will announce who he is later. But the Vito band is here, the Vito band is back. And Oliver having another raffle. We're calling on someone else to choose the raffle. And we want to call someone else.
I think this is an icon.
That's the big one. That's the big one. I want to call.
This is a big one.
I'm going to call someone. I'm looking for her. I'm looking for her. Is she around?
Okay, we're looking for the honorable director. Come out.
Oh yes. I won't be here next year, guys. Get right.
So we can
Yeah.
if she's there,
Back up your foot and be
put it on,
Yeah, man.
so we can get the drop around the way, please.
So the intentions were to you're here actually earlier, but if you're still here, we would like you to